welcome back. Pacific Pulse episode 11. Apologies for the absence as such, but Riggsy and Vils, we're back again, brother. We're back.
Mate, it's been a while.
Been busy, man. What's been happening?
Mate, I think it's a lot going on with the family stuff, eh? On the weekends, we're just missing out what we've been structured to do, but man, we're back here again.
Kids sports.
Yeah, kids sports are back in. Coaching started. Yeah.
All happening, eh? And it's funny too, it's life, and I think at the same time too, I think, we sort of, when we're young, we sort of have that big circle of friends, we're always catching up and stuff, and then you sort of get older and then family life happens, and it's no deliberate thing, you don't do it on purpose. I hardly see you, even though we only live 10 minutes up the road from each other, but it's just that things happen, just life takes hold, and you got other commitments and stuff that you have to attend to, so you don't do it deliberately, hey?
Yeah, correct.
Or
correct.
do you?
Correct. You're my guy, man. You're my guy. If I can get away from kids sports, man, I'll be here. Hey.
Oh, bro, what's the biggest challenge with kids sports, other than the time? What's the biggest thing that you?
It's just like we do here with our podcast. Preparation. Just knowing that training's come up. Have I got drills? Have I got all the skills and stuff put into place? And then trying to communicate that with the other coach.
Yeah.
Other than that, man, just like here on our potty, we go through our preparation, turn up, bang, done, it's done. There's no real sort of thought on the whole process, but it's just the preparation stuff.
Yeah, preparation is key, like with anything, really. Hey, you sort of, what's the old saying? You fail to prepare, you prepare to fail.
Yep, that's it, man. That's it's absolutely the one.
Yeah.
So this year we got a bigger team, bigger group, different rules. Last year we had all these kids just running around kicking the ball. Now we've got throw-ins, we've got corner kicks, and we have goalies now. So the goalies have to stay in place.
So for those that don't know, this is Sir Alex Ferguson's protege, coaching his son's soccer team. So obviously you haven't had a background in soccer. I don't know if you've only kicked a soccer ball.
Man, last time I played soccer when I was like 9, man. At school.
So how's that transition going into coaching kids soccer? Like, you've obviously got a background with rugby and rugby league. Yeah,
so last year was our first coaching season, so I stepped in. It's only the little kids, and we're just getting them used to the jumping on the field and playing and structure and stuff like that. This year, it's more skill based, and like I said, there's throwing corners. So I actually stepped to the side and became sort of like an assistant support coach.
Yep.
And then I brought in our last year's support coach as the main coach, because he's actually got a lot of skill in soccer, and he's actually a good soccer player. So he's taken the skills base. I still run all the training, so I do all the the drills, the warm ups. And then we just split off into like the skills training. So a big part of it's skills training. That's why I made the decision. No, you're the man. But we're still playing the co-coach rule. We don't really play like, I'm the assistant coach and you're the head coach. We're coaches.
The disciplinarian, get them on track with the training and stuff, and let old mate look after the skills.
100.
Yeah, sweet man. What's God done in your week, brother?
All right, this week, man. This week, what I had in my mind to bring to the table is, it's close to the heart. You've heard a few things going on. When I met my wife, she was pretty much an atheist, and we've been married 10 years now. And the first couple of years, we on board at the church, and we started going to church and stuff, and she became a Christian, gave herself to Jesus. But I don't think the actual relationship was there yet. So in the last month or 2 months, that's connected now. She's gone through trials and stuff, and this is where you find God, right?
100%.
You find him. You find him at the bottom when you feel no one else is there. This is where you find God, and I think it's for me. It's been a transition, and it's been awesome because I feel like my wife, even though we've been married 10 years, she's been living through my faith.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's because I talk about God and I preach about it to the kids and stuff. She's there, she's listening, but I think she's been living through my faith, and just the situation she's been going through. She's found like, oh man, finding her own personal relationship with Jesus Christ, and that's to me is a big part. And for partners like us that we have sort of like non-believing partners and stuff like that. I found it wasn't that I you're preaching, you're supposed to preach and all this sort of stuff. I think just her watching me grow and just trust in God, trust in Jesus, sort of brought her to that conclusion where, she needs to find that as well.
One thing that we spoke about in depth as well, in the past and discussing this, was that it's a opportunity now for you to lead
Yep.
and show, Christ in you, but
Yep.
you'd actually lead
Yeah.
her to it, because
100%.
there's so much, and I'm like you. I'm
Yeah.
exactly like you.
Yeah.
Why aren't you doing it?
Yeah.
You should be doing it
Yeah.
because it's easy. If I could do it, you can do it.
Yeah, yeah.
But, as servants of Christ, we've got to lead.
Yep.
And we've got to lead the household.
You hit it on the head. And I think what I found, and this is for all the couples out there, is that, I don't pick on her and say, hey man, you should be praying more, you should be doing this. I just left her to her own devices, and then when she got to the point where she was like, going through a lot of stuff, she had to turn to the only person that could be there.
Yeah.
And I think that's a huge point in my life, because we're called to preach and spread the word. A lot of people do that, but if you just follow and you just have your own relationship, they watch you, right?
Yeah.
They see you like, well, why does this guy have no fear? Why is this? And I have to tell her all the time, it's not that I don't have fear or I have confidence, because I don't, because if I didn't have Jesus, I'd have nothing. I want to be as confident as I am. And I stand behind that, and she sees that, it's unwavering, and she's just like, man, I want that, that sort of peace. Because I've been telling her for months, I'm just like living in the peace of Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and that's a good thing too. And when they see that example, they start to go, oh, okay. But when you sort of reaffirm it, saying, no, it's not me.
Yeah.
It's...
Yeah. Amen. Amen.
It's Jesus.
Yeah.
Then they start questioning it because, they're smart women.
Yeah.
They know.
Yeah.
And they can see through bullshit.
Yep.
Every day of the week.
You see, that is the biggest part that I feel, because, our partners know us. They know our flaws. Like, I'm a fucking dickhead. I can be a real dick.
I'm the worst person to live with.
I can be a grade 8 asshole.
Dally M.
Yeah.
I'm Dally M, man, every year.
And this is where we come, just got to become forward with that and come, the truth comes out, and she's looking at us going, well, this guy's an asshole and he does this and he does that, but the Lord still blesses him. So it takes it away from that thought of Christians have to be perfect.
Yeah.
They have to be righteous before God even looks at them. They've got to be worthy. And she looks at me going, well, yeah. He's just my husband. He's a dick. He does things wrong and this and that, but his God still loves him. Like, okay, I can do it then.
Yeah.
I can have this relationship with God, because a lot of us turn away because we feel like we're not worthy enough. We're not doing the right thing all the time. We're always letting him down. But it's actually the opposite.
Yeah, and that's a perfect segue. And that's sort of where I'm sort of leaning to with my testimony of the week is exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
But not only that too, and I'll share this with you as well, is just that fire has been reignited again. That fire when you first get saved.
Yeah.
It's like you're on fire, you go in there and say, you should do this, Jesus, you go to hell, that sort of stuff when you're first saved, and you're so immature in your faith.
Yeah.
But now that fire's been ignited again, but it's with a mature faith.
Yeah.
And I think I've been speaking to our mate Sean as well, is that the time now, and I think we'll start discussing this in ongoing episodes, but I think now, the way the world is going, it needs us there, with our personalities and with Christ in us to speak the truth.
Yeah.
Because it's needed now. And you can see now that there's a lot of switch in community now where people are starting to question, like, with stuff that's happening to Muslims and Jews and all that sort of stuff, it's sort of coming around circle now. They're starting to see that Jesus is the real deal.
Yep.
And they're starting to question it now.
Amen.
So with us, just with our fire there, the purpose is there, the time is now. For us to get people back, get his people back.
Yeah.
Because the word says, man, he doesn't want anyone dying without believing. It's there. So
Amen.
it's like the time is right, and it sort of makes no mistake that you're working and you're walking strong in your walk.
Yeah.
I'm doing the same between to Sean. He's ignited.
Yeah.
And it's just like, bro, it's just like coming full circle where we were years back, remember?
100%, bro. We'll just.
But now we've just got that maturity in the faith.
There's maturity there now. Yeah, 100%.
And, mate, it's every morning I'm up, getting up, I'm, listening to devotionals and reading the Word.
Oh, man.
Just starting the day off, bro. And honestly, man, the day goes, but, some things are going to happen, but, bro, just the...
Yeah.
Yeah,
what you usually react to now is it's not a big deal, right?
But the biggest thing I've asked for is patience because, bro, with, like we're saying, grade A assholes here.
Yeah.
The patience I've got now with Vanessa
Yeah.
is like, I don't know if she's noticed, but I'm like, yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Those ones.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, sweet.
And this is what I'm talking about. Like, that's what speaks to them, right? It's not the preaching, oh, Jesus, this is the... It's sort
do
of
this
like,
or you're going to hell.
Yeah. It's sort of like the patience and all these things. And then talking to her more about, and she can put two together. They're not silly. They're just like, there's something going on with you.
Yeah.
And then you have these open conversations.
Yeah, 100%.
But amen. That's our testimonies.
It's my wave offering all the time, man, every morning.
Yeah.
Or every day, every time.
Every day.
It's my wave offering.
Yeah. Give him a wave.
Oh, man. The man. He's the man. So we're going to sort of switch it up today. We're sort of going to do a bit, and again, sort of it leads on to what we're talking about too, what's sort of happening, around the world and in community as well. But I think one thing that's sort of passionate to you,
Amen.
and we've sort of discussed at length, and I'm sort of really, I'm intrigued because, it's stuff that I didn't even know about until the brother here brought it up.
Yeah.
So we're going to look at local councils and the actual the falsity that they have. I guess in our lives, and we pay rates, we get fines, and we've just recently bought land, but it's not really ours. Like we pay all this big money for land that's not ours, but we for forever and a day, because that's what we're sort of been taught to do, and that's sort of thing. We pay council rates, we do this, that, and the other. But mate, are councils a legit
organisation
entity, mate?
Yeah. Well, man, that's a discussion. You know how I am. You're right. I'm so passionate because I just feel like, the Australian people contribute to this country so much. We're like the heaviest taxed country in the world.
Right.
And our returns on it is like, where the fuck is the money? This is what pisses me off. Like infrastructure, we're paying for it. Tolls, we're paying for it. We get taxed from like our income. We get taxed from our super. Now, like you said, we have property, and we're getting taxed and fees and registrations all from a local council, which the local council it's not installed and wasn't approved by the people through referendum.
So how did the council come up? Like, how did the council become a local council?
Yeah. So basically, they just came through the side door. The side door through a legislation brought into law by the government. So if you look at the law, there's a constitution, Australian constitution, which is above all laws in this country. So no amount of court laws or government laws can override this. Basically, we had 2 referendums, and in those 2 referendums, we voted no council. So what they went and did is the government goes and they grab a little bit, it's just like the devil does with the Bible, takes a little portion of it and he interprets it incorrectly. So just doing my research there, they've taken part of the legislation, they've turned it into a law, and they've just interpreted part of the section of the Constitution to give power to the state governments to be able to implement the councils.
Right.
But if you go through our questions, we'll set it up.
Yeah.
We'll go through our questions, and I've did a bit of research on this and just put a bit of sort of neutral answers on there, and then we can just discuss through that, man.
So does the referendum at all, does it hold weight to allow the implementation of council, like when you just touched on that?
Was that the... Yeah, the referendum, absolutely. So with the constitution, obviously the referendum goes to... let me just read this part.
Yeah, go read it.
Yeah, we'll just read this part and then we'll go through it. So yes and no. And the no is exactly how they get away with it. The referendum under section 128 of the Constitution is the only mechanism to change the Constitution. Both 1974 and 1988 asked whether local government should be recognised in the Constitution. The people said no. That means councils have zero constitutional recognition. They do not exist in the supreme law of this country. However, and this is sleight of hand, the referendum results does not make councils illegal. It just means they have no constitutional foundation. States can still create them through their own legislation, so the referendum absolutely holds weight in saying the people refused to legitimise them at the highest level of the law. The system just built a side door through state parliaments and walked straight back in.
So these guys pretty much done a David Copperfield and did a sleight of hand with it.
Yeah, 100%, man. And this is where, it's not really challenged. Because what happens when you go to court and you challenge these sort of things? They just put, it's not like you can't win. It's just that they put all these costs, legal costs. That people just don't bother. It's like,
yeah, because it's way out of the flipping, what you're earning or
correct
to pay back.
Correct, man.
And on that too, I think we're going to probably go down a bit of a rabbit hole as well. But looking at the Supreme Court and the actual law,
yep,
the law of the land and maritime law,
yep,
I think is like,
yeah, we're getting deep there, really deep.
Like
yep.
The two
yep.
things there, like we should be. Oh, this is where Shawnee. The maritime law is what we're is operating now in the courts when it should be the law of the land or something like that.
Correct.
Are you familiar with that?
So, yeah. So the maritime law is like, it's like literally you're dead at sea. So all these birth certificates and all that sort of stuff, that gets really deep. And you're right, we need Sean's sort of perspective on this. It's like we're operating on birth certificates when we're living humans.
Yeah.
So they're putting all these fines and all these registrations against a name.
Against the name, yeah. It's not actually you, it's actually the name.
It's an entity, right?
Yeah, the entity, yeah.
Yeah. So, man, that's getting real deep, where it's like the whole thing is like treasonous.
Yeah.
But if you point at this here, this is a great example. So when I was reading here, and it says, there's a bit here where it means, where it says, the referendum results does not make councils illegal. It just means they have no constitutional foundation. For me, that's a contradiction.
Yeah,
it's a contradiction, and some of this program, obviously, I think there's a narrative programmed into these AIs and stuff like that when you're asking the question, doing a bit of research, but that there's a contradiction. So, like, basically, it's saying it's not illegal because they found a loophole to get into through the side door through misinterpretation, but the fact is the Constitution is still above those laws.
Yeah.
Legislation is created from the government. It does not and can never supersede the ultimate Constitution.
Yeah.
So the Constitution, so it's still there. It's pretty much violated the Constitution.
And it's all money. Excuse me. At the end of the day, it's all about money, getting money through kickbacks and all the rest of it. So the government influences to the state government, to the local councils, which sort of feeds back into each other.
So this is where my frustration is. Like to run a society, we have to. You got to contribute something. The amount of money that we're putting in, all our land rates and all that sort of stuff, like, where's it going? They're supposed to be mowing, looking after parks, and the amount of the billions and billions of dollars, it doesn't come back to the people. It's just getting filtered out. They had an investigation where they're looking for like billions of dollars on where it went from the Treasury. Like, where is it? Yet us as tax people, we're missing a couple of thousand. They come and hunt us down.
The missus had a student loan or so, and they come through. It was the ATO got a hold of it.
Yep.
Couple of grand, bro, hassling her.
Yeah.
$2,000.
Yeah.
But yet we pay all our rates and everything like that. You can walk around this neighbourhood here. Nature strips, the flipping park hasn't been touched since I've been here.
100%.
Nature strips are flipping all grown through the flipping wazoo.
Yeah.
But yet, they want all our money, but we're not seeing anything for it.
Yeah.
Same thing with the tolls, isn't it?
This is where it fucking pisses me off. Our estates are pretty
Speak
new.
to us.
Our estates are pretty new. How old's this one? Probably a year?
Yeah, couple, 3 years.
Yeah, same with mine.
Yeah.
2-3 years. New estates. All these legal fees that we're not legal fees, these council rates that we're paying. Where does it go?
Exactly.
Like you said, you got to pay for water. You got to pay them for the land rates. I got to pay for 2 frontages because I'm on a corner. Like, what for? Where does this all go to? We got to pay tolls on the way to work. We got all these taxes. We pay taxes on our income. We pay GST tax. So they tax our income. Then we have to go pay taxes to buy things. Services are all taxed. They throw a tax levy on petrol, diesel. Where's it going? Where does it benefit the people?
That's it. And that's the big thing too. It doesn't benefit us. No, 100%.
So when I go and have a look at this, and all I've really done is I've just gone and interpreted the Constitution to open a back door. So what they're saying now is that that the council, that they're legal because state governments have installed them. But the state government doesn't have the right to do that. So let's just go to that third question there, brother.
So if the council is not part of the 3 tiers of government, how are they allowed to find and collect rates from the people? And this is the one that stings each and every one of us. So if you're a homeowner, taxpayer, or you're a landlord as such, this is the one for you.
This is the one. This is the icing on the cake. So listen carefully here, guys. This is the one that should make every Australian angry. Councils are not tier of the government. They are statutory bodies created by state acts, not by the Constitution. They have no sovereign authority. They have delegated authority, meaning a state parliament handed them specific powers, including the power to levy rates and issue fines. Think of it like a business franchising out enforcement. The state says, here's the power, go use it. That delegation is what makes it technically legal. But here's what nobody tells you. Because the councils are statutory and not constitutional, their powers exist only as long as the state act says they do. A state parliament could strip that power tomorrow. They don't, because councils serve the administrative state. They collect revenue, manage compliance, and control land use at a local level in a way that neither federal nor state governments want to be directly accountable for. Councils are the enforcement arm with the most reach into your daily life and the least democratic accountability of anybody in the country.
So we sort of we're talking about it, previously there about the kickbacks.
Yep.
That obviously that's happening, and it's obviously written there what you just shared with us.
So basically, they can't be collecting or levying fees or anything like that. That has to be done by the state government. But it's like the state government has gone like, no, you're my pimps. Go out and collect the money. It's like a drug dealer going, here, go collect everything.
Yeah.
That the government is installed by the Constitution, by the people, the state. But then they've gone like and got their little cronies and put them everywhere just to collect. And it's actually illegal.
And it's funny that because I think it's just opening your eyes and taking the scales off your eyes of that, you're getting rorted. And I think it's only sort of come to my mind as obviously through you too, but being a homeowner, you're sort of seeing money go and you're going, where the is this going?
Yeah.
I'm not seeing anything for it. What, just collecting some bins?
Yep. Well, there we go. We collect their bins. We got to pay for that, right?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, when we go to the transfer station, the tip, we got to pay again. Like, what's wrong with this? There's something that's wrong here. And I think, although we picked, the Labor, the Greens, they're all on the same boat, man.
Yeah, 100%.
Someone needs to go and stop this. Someone needs to go. But when you look at this, the only way this is ever going to happen is if the people stand up.
And I think two other things, I know this is something that you're passionate about and you want to do. It's more so just educating everyone and getting everyone on board because
awareness.
There's awareness and there's strength in numbers, like with anything.
Yep.
And, we can go back to the COVID times as well where the government really put the fear-mongering into the people to cause that divide.
Yep.
And now it's all come out that, it was all sort of a big hoax and, obviously the death from the vaccines and all that sort of stuff too. Or Shawnee had the reaction to the vaccine too, which sort of led him on his journey.
Yep.
But it's just that education because, when you don't know, you sort of just go ahead with it. Not through your own fault, but it's just, okay, cool, because it's always been done. Mm-hmm. But obviously there, you shared it there.
Well, I think people are waking up. And I think there's a lot of, and not only waking up because what we're talking about, God's just starting to expose things, start to show things. COVID was a compliance test. Let's see how we do. And the thing is with Australians, because we're good people, even New Zealanders.
She'll be right.
Yeah, we'll just follow. Like, let's comply, let's do the right thing. And that's how they put it across. So that was like a compliance test. And then things like this. So the core of what I found with the council, is that the legal interpretation of the law is where they got us. They interpret it the way they want to interpret it to bring in what they need to do. And by doing that, it's not being challenged. So people can't go out there and just go, let's go to court. They use all this manipulation, and what's the devil good at?
Yeah.
Manipulation. It's really just fraud against the people. It's treasonous against the Constitution. And the thing is, there have been a lot of people that have been successful and gone through the courts. They don't record it. Like I've dived so deep into this research.
Why don't they record it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why do they record it?
Yeah, yes. It's just censorship, mate. Censorship, making sure that we don't connect up. All these things were 15-minute cities. It's division, because together we're so strong, man.
Yeah.
So strong.
Yeah, and it's a shame too, but at the same time, it's going to happen. You're always going to have that sheep.
Yep.
And they're usually the loudest.
Yep.
You got your tinfoil hat. I don't have my tinfoil hat on today, but
Yep.
They'll always be drivers of that division. Because they just want to follow.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, but again, you get those strength in numbers, man. It's unreal what we can do as people.
I mean, the government's already onto it. Like in the UK, they're arresting people for saying things against the government, and they're putting it under the banner of like what was that? The hate speech.
Hate speech, yeah.
They're putting out the banner of hate speech and all that sort of stuff. So it's coming, and Australia's going to do it because more people are speaking up. So they shut it down. They put censorship on there. There was a law that was passed only recently. I've got to look at it, and it's again the government, Albanese, going online saying like you can't say defamatory stuff, and they're starting to fine people over their ideas, over thoughts. And really, they're starting to find people to shut them down, the censorship, because if we all start listening to the same thing, and everyone's fed up, that's the thing, everyone's done.
Yeah.
We're all fed up, we're all sick and tired of this government.
And it's a really important fact that you brought up there as well. It's just been absolutely, tired of just the whole regime and everything that's happening, and people are waking up to it.
Yep.
That, just everyday life has been taken away from us, If you can't see it, even Stevie Wonder can see it.
Yeah.
But, it is definitely happening, and people are just getting fed up and they just want to stand up. And, you're seeing it online, with the guys that we follow, Big Chocky and
Big Chocky.
the likes, really getting sick of it. So I think that's one of our points as well, sort of to bring a bit of a refined sort of approach to it with a bit of education, so you're not sort of being willy-nilly. I guess with what you're sort of saying, it's there. So in the incoming weeks, we'll bring some more of these up to the table. So just to give you guys a bit of an education piece there as well, to sort of give you guys more ammunition in your arsenal. So keep an eye out. Yeah, mate. So we'll keep the people updated with more of these discussion topics, and I think it's just more so an education for everyone, man.
It's just awareness, and that's our perspective. Well, that's my perspective on where we're going, and the Australian people and the nation are great people. We work hard, and we pay our taxes.
The best, mate. This country's the best.
I think we're just being taken advantage of. So, yeah, let's keep the topic open.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
The discussion, yeah.
Some good stuff there. Right, NRL, we're at round 8. We'll just quickly go through the game. So we're filming on a Sunday, so we'll do the Thursday, Friday, and the Super Saturday. Thursday, the West Tigers did the Canberra Raiders 33-14. Mate, how Tigers are looking sharp, man.
It's almost the opposite contrast of the Storm. Straight up. Who did you pick first? Who did you pick?
I went the Tigers.
I went the Tigers. Yeah.
I think, and for me, I think it's Benji being the Matua.
Yeah.
The coach.
Yeah.
Because Benji's had that decorated career as a player.
Yeah.
And everyone's favourite player would be Benji.
Yeah.
So the guys coming through like,
yeah,
oh man, it's Benji. Benji, I've got to play good for Benji, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's got that connection with the boys, and you can see when they're playing, man.
Yeah.
They're looking real good.
Well, yeah. Well, like we touched base on seeing that, you know, that the YouTube sort of the shorts on Benji. I think there's a switch that happened.
Yeah.
You know, I think initially he was holding on to that, you know, boys with the boys on Benji Marshall. So this year he's sort of like switched on, like, I'm going to be a coach and I'm going to be for real this season. You know, don't fuck around. Like that's what's coming through now. So he's gone from Benji the player and being that sort of like he knows how to support his group as a senior to now like actually I'm the fucking coach.
No.
You know, and I think there's a switch there, 100%, man. And when I say the contrast with Storm, you know, every week you go to pick and you're like, Storm, you know, they're going to turn around. They're the top tier team. And then with the Tigers, you're like, man, there's a chance they're going to get, you know, they're going to lose. But right now, at this stage, man, they're not frauds at the moment.
Nah, mate, they're legit.
Yeah.
They're legit. Tigers are legit, man. And I think they'll be doing really well going
Yeah.
to the top 8. You know, I reckon they'll go into the finals for sure.
Do you know who's picked my eye up on the Tigers?
Who's that?
Alex 12.
Bro,
Bro,
he's gone.
Alex 12's been in this
He's
losing team for years
Yeah.
off the bench. He's been starting player and Supercoach's score's been up there, but I watched it on the weekend there. And that guy, man, he's just like in the middle. He's playing like Travojevic and that Cam Murray, you know, he's just being that fucking middle hand-off ball.
Yeah, bro.
Fuck, he's doing really good,
Yeah,
eh?
no, he's gone, bro. I've always sort of rated him, bro. But
Yeah.
you sort of didn't see him, obviously, because they were losing. But now, obviously, they're getting a bit of wins and success. You're starting to see it, eh?
Good to see he's starting to get the fruits of his labour,
Yeah,
eh?
man. But even Adam Dewey, flipping 7, bro.
Yeah. Shout out Alex 12, man. Well done, man.
Yeah, the man. El Twali. Friday night game, Cowboys and the Sharks, 46-34. Bro, how many tries? Bro, that was just a try-a-thon, isn't it? Hat-trick to Taulangi and Ito.
Yep.
Bro.
Yep.
Crazy.
Who'd you pick on that one?
Man, I went the Sharks.
Yep.
I went the Sharks. I thought Cowboys were I thought they were going into a bit of a slump, but then obviously...
Yeah, I went the
turned up at
Cowboys. I picked up the Cowboys, so I knew they'll turn it around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, bro, but the tries, man, that was scored. Whilst we're talking about that, what are your thoughts on the 6 again rule?
The 6 again, how the bell just keeps going? Yeah. I don't know. I think it speeds up the game.
Yeah.
I actually think it speeds up the game because imagine all these penalties. A lot of the teams professionally try to slow down the game.
Yeah.
With that, so you know, penalty, tap, kick, or kick for whatever.
Yeah.
Let's just like ding, 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 keep going. I like it.
Yeah. Oh,
I see it makes the game flow.
it does. But at the same time, too, it's going to end up turning into a game of touch football.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm sort of sitting on the fence with it. Like, I see where you're coming from with it. Like, it does open it up.
Yep.
And, you know, smart teams will take advantage of it if it wasn't in place. You know,
Yeah.
they'll just get a professional foul or whatever and then kick it. But then, in saying that too, like, if that's the case for a professional foul, just send them away for 10, then they'll stop doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that's what I don't know. But, yeah, I just think it sort of ruins the game. Like, you're just seeing too much attack. So it takes the creativity of the nous of playing football.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I'm too like an old man now.
Yeah.
Shit.
I just like the speed of the game, and I think everything's you know, YouTube Shorts and all that. Everything just shorter and shorter. Attention span of people just shorter. Everyone just wants to see gameplay carry on. So I don't mind it. I think it just speeds up the game.
No, that's a fair call, and it's true. Now, the whole generation and the demographics change. You know, they just want to see everything quick.
Yeah.
You know, it's that's a good point, mate. Good point. The Friday night game, we can skip that. The other one,
Who'd you pick, man?
pick those fucking frauds again.
Yeah.
Well, again, you know, I thought with the injuries that the Broncos had,
Yeah.
you know, I thought surely, you know,
Yeah.
you'd pick up a win, but it's more disappointing that there's no glimpses there of anything, any improvement.
Yeah.
Like, you can cop a loss if you could see someone trying or it's a close game, you know, you
Yeah.
sort of... But those guys, man, it's night and day from what they were last year.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people are saying it's down when they got rid of Sexto and Marnie and all that sort of stuff.
There you
Part of it, maybe, but the NRL players should be able to perform. You're getting paid to, you know, your best players, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think there's more to it at
Oh,
Canterbury.
absolutely. I think because they're under the microscope, and when the media gets in there, it's all about your morale in your team. Last year the morale seemed like on top, and then I think that little break in trust, getting rid of Sexto and bringing in Lachlan Galvin, all the controversy around it, it does affect players around them. But like you said, you pay professionals, mate.
Yeah.
You don't get like 50, 60 grand a year. You guys are on big money.
Yeah. They're on big money, but I think there's more to it. Like I was saying, I think it's more of that old Gus.
Yeah.
The Gus factor, because it sort of has similar traits that we did when he was at Penrith at the time, when Ivan was there the first time.
Yeah.
He punted Ivan and he brought in Anthony Griffin.
Yeah.
It was sort of the same thing, you know.
Yeah.
So Gus is good at his job, like doing pathways and development and stuff like that, but just stick with that. Just leave the NRL to the coaches, you know, like you suggest a player if they don't want him.
Yeah.
You know, don't push your agenda on them. So,
but not taking away from the boys.
Nah, mate, the Broncos.
Let's go the mighty Broncos.
The Broncos were fucking good, mate. And I will be surprised if my cousin Katoni doesn't get his Origin start.
Yeah. I think the boys, like, they're losing a lot of players, but Broncos has always been like a structured team. But look, the Storm, they're structured. They know their roles and that. And I knew the guys that are stepping in, because they want to step up and get their starts, would represent.
Yeah. And I think that game on Friday was a real Madge Maguire game, because he loves that sort of stuff when their backs against the wall. You know, there's no one else there he wants to prove.
Yeah.
That, you know.
That is the coach, hey?
Yeah.
And he did a great job. Well done, Maguire.
100%.
Shout out to you, mate.
He's the man. Saturday. Bro, what's happening at St. George? 62-16, the Anzac game against the Roosters.
Yeah. So there's just too many Tongans in there. Eat it.
Bro.
No, my bad. No, these are just men. There's just nothing there. They're just a big nothing burger. The team's struggling. The senior players are struggling. I mean, there's no direction. The coach got sacked, right? His son got dropped. It's just turmoil. I mean, it's going to take a while for the Dragons to come back.
I would have thought, because, history always states that when there's a change of coach, it's always the next week the team performs, and like
Kieran
Foran, Kieran Foran this year. I mean, Brad Fittler when he first took over the Roosters.
Yep.
Benji Marshall, I think, was another one.
Who stepped into the role?
Dean Young. And I think he was an assistant, I believe.
All right. I think he was a hooker for them, hey, years ago.
Back in the day,
Okay.
And Wayne Bennett had big raps on him as well.
Yeah.
They reckon he's going to step in, but at the same time, it does take a coach a while. But usually, when there's like a change of coach, the next week the
boys are back.
Boys go back and they win the next game. But mate, what's the biggest score of the year so far? 62-16, eh? Cleaned them up.
Demolished, man.
Do you think there's light at the end of the tunnel for the Dragons?
Season?
Personally, I think they need more than players. I think it's more up above. Same thing with the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
I think it's more internal, in-house with, staff or up at board level.
There's a common denominator, and it's never around. It's around the board. It's all around the morale of the team, the cohesion, everything. Like, it's starting to show that it's a mental game out there.
Yeah.
But it always starts from these little issues, like the doggies. They might say, get rid of the Sexton and whatnot didn't affect anything, but it does create that little stir in the team. Attitudes change. Attitudes win games. But Roosters, man.
They're looking pretty sharp, eh? They're looking pretty good, man.
They look solid. But again, they're on a depleted St. George team.
I know you're a Queenslander, but do you think Teddy gets a start for the Blues?
Does Teddy want to start for the Blues? That's the question. I think absolutely, man. That guy's gone. I don't know. This what's his name? Dylan Edwards. For a premiership team, I just thought always Tedesco should have been the guy. Origin's a bit different. but his work rate is crazy, Mr. Edwards, but hasn't done them well for the last couple of Origins series, you know. You need the guys that you're just going to be worried about. I think Dylan Edwards sort of just, he does the 1%ers right and stuff, but you need that star X factor to break the game open wide.
Yeah, I think you're right there too. I reckon Teddy, just seeing Teddy on the field,
Yep.
you'll start thinking, like wherever Teddy is, you're going to go, shit.
Yeah, where is he?
Where is he?
We've got an extra strike weapon.
Yeah.
When I think of Dylan Edwards, I don't think of a strike weapon.
No.
I think of gameplay organisation. He organises well from the back, and then also his work rate is just massive.
Yeah.
But that's not going to win the big game. So, absolutely, Teddy.
Teddy will worry you if he was named in the side.
Oh shit, man! I'd rather see Dylan Edwards there, like straight up.
Origin's coming up too, so keep an eye out for that. Waz and the Dolphins, man. The Waz got him in the end.
Bro, they just made it hard for themselves. But then also, I kind of felt like they were hard done by.
Yeah.
You know, they got like a lot of, not even 50-50 calls. They just got some shit calls.
Yeah.
Did you see that try was disallowed as well?
No, I missed it. I missed that one. I was driving home from Tweed.
Well, yeah, and just got some bad calls, bro.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the Warriors sort of made it hard for themselves. But yeah, one of those games, I just felt like, man, they were just trying to take it. Who'd you pick in that one?
With the Waz.
Yeah, I went to Waz. Yeah.
But I wouldn't be so, like, I picked the Waz obviously because they're home in form, but I was sort of thinking at the same time too, I wouldn't be surprised if the Dolphins went over there, and they nearly did it too.
Yeah.
And got on top of them.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
the Warriors are looking pretty, they're hot, man. They're on a bit of a streak.
Yeah, Tanner Boyd seems to be directing them pretty well.
Do you think Webster will stick with Harris Tavita and Tanner Boyd in the halves?
Well, that's the winning formula at the moment, right? That's like, shouldn't be any discussion at the moment. They've been just peeling everyone back from the beginning of the season, so he just needs to stick with the winning formula.
Well, I think I just heard the commentators when I got home, just caught the end of the game, that Nickel Clockstead, Tamari Martin, Luke Metcalf, I forgot the other ones, they're all due back.
Yeah.
So, bit of a good headache.
Yep.
For Andrew Webster. And the last game last night, mate, the Storm and the Rabbitohs.
I want the Storm again, man. The Storm is one of those teams that highly disciplined and you just don't write them off, especially at home. Fuck, boy, was I wrong.
Yeah, well, you're sort of clutching at the fact of that hope.
Yeah.
That you thought, this is it. This is so unstorm-like.
Yeah.
They'll get the win. They're at home.
Yeah.
Even the Rabbitohs are playing good football. They're at home. They've come off 5 or 6 consecutive. You're like, nah, they'll get them.
Nah, absolutely, man. Like, even with the Rabbitohs form at the moment, and especially Latrell Mitchell, fuck, man. I gave the Storm like 60% chance. That's why I picked them in my picks. I thought, like, I know it's going to be hard and it ain't going to be the easy one, but it'll be the point where they just turn their season around. So, man, they're in a lot of strife at the moment. So, man, Latrell.
Trell Mitt.
Fuck. The guy's an animal. Guy's an animal, man.
When he's on, eh?
Yeah, but like you see what Bennett's done with him, eh? Put him in the centres there. He just touches the ball more times than he does at fullback. So it's just more times. It's just dangerous.
Yeah.
The guy's dangerous. He's aggressive. I love his aggression, man. This guy's like pulls no punches on anyone. He was putting some big hits on your cousin. What's his name? The prop. The waste of time from West Tigers.
Oh, that Samoan dude, Utuikamanu.
So he was like folding him, bro. Like he wouldn't run. Latrell was just loading him up, man. But yeah, Latrell Mitchell, man, he's strong. They're looking strong. What's his name? Duncan.
One guy that I've been impressed with out of the Rabbitohs, Tallis Duncan.
Yeah, Tallis Duncan. That's what I was. Yeah, he's just, man,
Bro.
He's running. Is he New South Wales?
I don't know.
Man, he is just running mad lines. He's there.
Okay.
He's gone, bro. He's gone. 100%.
Let's have a look at Tallis Duncan. Well, with a name like Tallis, I dare say it'll be Queensland. New South Wales.
Yo,
Yeah, New South Wales.
there we go. There we go.
But yeah, tell us Duncan Cleaner. But listening to Bellamy's press conference after the game last night, it's like he's frustrated. Like he's sort of wondering what's going on. You know, he's got the cattle there, mate. He's got the flipping 3 best players in the comp
Yep.
in his side,
Yep.
but still not turning up. So I think he's probably questioning himself what he's doing.
Yeah.
Like, is he?
Is it the end of the Bellamy era?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think it's. I don't know. Maybe just a change in mindset, maybe from the guys' attitude. I don't know. You know, but I think Bellamy's still got the goods.
Yeah. I'm actually dumbfounded. You know, the most disciplined, structured team for decades.
Seeing him last night in the press conference, he looked
Depleted, eh?
dumbfounded. Was just like,
Yeah.
and I think you just think, well, what the hell? You know, we've got this team here, man, but you're not.
Yeah.
It's like driving a Ferrari on unleaded.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you know, it's not happening. But yeah, we'll see what the Storm comes up with. But the games today and the Sunday, Knights and the Panthers, Seagulls and Para. Who'd you take?
Well, Panthers, obviously Panthers, they're the strongest team in the comp by far. I mean, but they got taken out by a bunch of frauds. Really, they're only lost at the moment. And Manly, man, I think Kerry Foran's impact there, man.
Fosball, eh?
He's just making it magic. I don't know what he's doing, but they just seem to be like, man.
It's funny when Kieran got the role prior to when Seabold got sacked. They were saying they need someone with Manly DNA, like they need someone that's got that Manly DNA because they look back at obviously past coaches, Bob Fulton, Des Hasler, Jeff Tuvey, have all played at Manly, and that's when they've been successful. Any external coaches haven't had that sort of success. So I'm sort of wondering myself, is it an actual Manly thing, and only a Manly thing where they've got to have a past player come in and coach them? Because ever since Foz has come in and taken over, you can see the switch.
Oh, bro.
Like on NRL 360, the day after Seabold got sacked, they had Jack Travojevic on.
Yeah.
But he was grinning from ear to ear.
Yeah.
I mean, tell me you're happy without telling me you're happy.
Yeah.
Bro, he was just like,
Yeah, let's have fun.
you know. But previously he was just, yeah. You know, so.
I think it's that credibility thing. The Benji Marshall. You know, the Benji's the Tigers legend. You know, Karen Foran is a big stature name in Manly Seagulls. And the thing I like about Foz is that he's been through the turmoil too. You know, he's been challenged. He went through depression. He was open about it. So he's one player that's gone to the dumps and come back. So his understanding on, you know, like Tommy, you know, Jake Travojevic and all those players being dropped, not being happy, bringing them back. Like, guys, he's brought that spark back.
Yeah.
He's been there. He knows what he's talking about. He's been to the dark side. But yeah, I just think, man, they're doing amazing things over there.
I think that's a big thing too, is that credibility part there, that he's been in the trenches and he's played with a few of the players too before he left.
Yep.
I think the Travojevic brothers he played with briefly before he left, so he's got that sort of connection there with him as well. So having him there, obviously they know that he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
You know, anything there that he says is sort of is legit.
Yeah.
And there's sort of been mixed feelings with Seabold even when he was at the Broncos.
Yeah.
He heard certain things that, you know, wasn't really connecting with his playing group and stuff.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
which is key, is what you need, because obviously they're the ones that do the job for you on the field, hey?
Yeah. Yeah, no, 100%, man. He's brought freshness back to Manly, and, man, it's good to see them playing exciting football. You know, those Samoan boys like Gola and Olokoatu.
Yeah, man, they're absolutely damaging, and they'll probably do a job for you in the World Cup for Toa Samoa. Yeah. No worries, but yeah, I'm the same, man. I went Penrith and Manly. I think it's going to be big, and obviously it's going to be a milestone game for old Jakey at Brookvale, 100th game. So that'll be a big one. Be a good game to watch.
Yeah.
Good game to watch. Alrighty. Now we're going to do our the last segment there, the blast from the past. We'll look back at obviously something there that sort of had a bit of interest or influence, I guess, on us from days gone by when we were young, fit young men.
Yeah, man. We're still young at heart, eh?
Yeah, I'm young at heart, but the body ain't flipping saying the same thing.
Yeah.
What's your blast from the past?
Blast from the past, man. I think this is a good segment because it takes us from that serious part, back to a bit of fun. So yeah, my blast from the past is of our list of categories here is teen games. We're talking about back in the teen games. You remember the Atari? If you don't know the Atari, it's all good, man. Go talk to your dad about that. The Sega Master System,
Nintendo,
the Nintendo 64. We were just laughing about it because, like, when I looked at some of these gaming consoles, you're like, yeah, but I never had one. Yeah, it was not till we started working at 19, then you had to go buy it because you're never going to get that from your parents. But yeah, Street Fighter at the dairy. How common was that back in our day?
Bro.
Man, if you're watching this and you know what we're talking about, you're probably one of those Maoli dudes that were at the arcades that killed everyone on Street Fighter with your invisible throws.
Street Fighter was the first fighting arcade game. Street Fighter 2, but Street Fighter sales. Street Fighter was the first arcade game that sort of blew up.
Yep. Just took
the
off.
arcade, the fighting,
Yeah.
the fighting style game. Bro, who'd you pick?
Kyle.
Kyle.
Everyone that were just masters were like Ryu and Ken, right?
Yeah.
Who were yours?
Yeah, Ken. I was a Ken guy.
Yeah. Could you do the dragon fireballs?
Yeah.
Little circles.
Yo.
Bro, I could never do it, bro.
Yeah.
I could never do it. That's why I had Guile, because all was like blade kick.
Yeah.
Sonic boom. Sonic boom was sideways.
Yeah.
Blade kick was up and kick. Fortunately, because the 6 buttons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Punch, your high, low, medium,
Kicks.
strongs. Yeah, that's just man. That brings back so much memories.
How did you go with the challenges? Like, when you're at the dairy there and you're just sort of jamming, then someone puts their coin up.
Yeah.
Or so goes, do you want a challenge?
Bro, to be honest, man, I've never actually played where there's no one there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always challenges.
Yeah.
Always challenges. Yeah. But we used to, because it was 40 cents.
Yeah.
220s. We used to fucking walk like 40 minutes to the dairy with our 80 cents or $1.20.
Or $1.
And
I
I hated it.
Some change.
Yeah, I used to wait for people to go because I used to get waxed, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Just like wait for people to go. As soon as put in, then someone comes up, puts their challenge in, like, oh man, and get hammered, eh? So we used to always like go in doubles and both challenge and make it last.
Yeah.
All the way to round 3.
Yeah.
But nah, oh shit, were you pretty good at it?
Nah, bro, I was average. But it was funny thing enough, we used to have a dairy that was about probably 10-minute walk from where I was. It seemed like ages because you're a kid.
Yeah.
But there was also a takeaway there, and I used to know the takeaway guy there and used to give us free credits on Street Fighter,
Oh yeah.
So I used to go there because he used to like to play. We used to like challenge each other, but because he could get the free credits,
Yeah.
we used to jam it on there, bro. But I was pretty shit. But I used to like watching the guys that were good.
Yeah.
And you always used to know the guy that was good. You see him come in, or
this is my only dudes, man. Rock up with his army bag. Do you remember the army bags?
Yeah, bro. The old canvas ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, it's it was good times, man, and just.
Well, this is when we had no phones. We just like walk to the dairies. Do you remember Southmore in Manurewa?
Yeah, I haven't been there, but I.
Oh, okay, yeah. So there was arcades there, like a proper arcades. So that was good to go in there, man, because there's heaps of Street Fighter games and stuff like that. That was in the wrestling era too. So we used to go up and play the wrestling game.
Yo, the one that we used to go to was the one in town by the bus depot in town.
Yeah.
Stages.
Oh yeah.
Stages, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck, that was. Yeah, just the sounds, The sounds of the games and flipping, just hearing the banging and stuff of the buttons and.
And just taking my little brother and saying, "No, wait, man, you'll die." Yeah, bro. That's my blast of the past, man. It brings back some really good memories.
Yeah, 100. It's just funny, man. Just even just sitting here thinking about it, like back in the day, like going to the shop and with your $1 or $2 getting change from the guy at the counter, and then waiting, or if you had the balls to do a challenge, but usually you just wait. Or get there when no one's there, sort of thing. But those were simple times, eh?
That's the thing. Like we used to go. The only time I really played was when we were at Dad's.
Yeah.
Because to go to Dad's school holidays. Dad always gave us money, man. He was always like, yeah, take some money, go to the shops. And when we were down there, we used to pick between like, should we get 1 cent lollies, or should we play the game? So we just do, we'll split. You buy all the lollies, $1 could buy you lollies back then, $2 was quite a lot. Like big bags of lollies and
Ice cream.
yeah.
What was your favourite ice cream back in the day?
Oh, bro. Rocky Road.
Was it Rocky Road?
Yeah. Yeah. What do they call it here? It's not Rocky Road, eh?
Gay Time.
Gay Time. Yeah. Rocky Road was mine. What was yours?
Mate, I used to like getting a double cone of orange chocolate chip.
Oh yeah, orange chocolate chip. Yeah, that was our favourite fob parties. The big boxes.
Yeah.
Do you remember those?
Oh yeah. Oh man, now I used to go there if we could get some extra coins or we had extra money on you, or if you with the boys or something, you pull all your money together and see what you can get.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a go-to ice cream back in the day. But just thinking about that and sort of Street Fighter sort of come up to it.
Just all links around, eh? Yeah. Yeah.
Because when you go to the dairy, milk bar for you Australians. When you go to the dairy, that's sort of everything sort of links in, eh?
Yeah.
Like you're getting chips or big guns.
Yeah. 1 cent lollies.
1 cent lollies.
Big guns were the other thing, eh?
Yeah, $2 for a big. Bro, here's the thing. I don't know if they still stay the same size or because we're growing up.
Yeah,
that
they look smaller.
Yeah, they look smaller. Because back in the day, bro, like
they were huge.
They were massive.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we used to do those ones, eh? You just hit everyone's bag.
Yeah.
Hold out.
Nah, me and my mate, we used to flip it when we used to walk home from school. We used to sort of gas it before we could see it all because we just had the money.
Yeah.
So it's just enough for us and then grab it and then flip and go.
Yeah.
Because, when you get there, the boys go, hey!
Yeah. What are you doing?
But the same thing, we used to go to in high school, go to the canteen and, get your pies or whatever, bro, and you just want to get it straight because, if one of the boys see you, hey!
Yeah.
It's a bite.
Yeah. Have some.
Yeah.
Have some.
No one takes a bite and then next minute some other guy, bro, you just left with like a quarter of a bite.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, bro.
But it was like mandatory, like you share, eh? Like that's how we Islanders are brought up, man. Like just have a bite, man. Just have a bite.
And that's a funny thing like that too, eh? Because it's like whenever we get something, when I eat, you eat.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Even though
doesn't matter, you just share.
Yeah, even though you're like,
that's why when you used to get the big guns, open it up, and you just hold the bottom, and everyone just goes in. just hold the bottom, eh? So you got something left.
Oh, bro.
Thank you, Lord, for these times, man.
I did that to Freddie one time when we were at work. I had some chips. I gave it the he put his head, but I held it. He goes, oh. Oh, bro, but good times, man, good times. But my blast from the past, brother. Look at the probably the All Blacks in the 90s.
Yeah.
And how good they were. 80s and 90s, and how good they were. Obviously won the World Cup in 87. But rugby was so big back then.
Oh, it's huge, bro. It was the pinnacle.
Rugby was big back then, but I was sort of like the outlier because I was brought up in rugby league.
Yeah, okay.
I played rugby league since I was 4.
Yeah.
And the way you used to watch Australian rugby league was you used to go to the video store.
Yeah.
And get on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
And it'll have the highlights from the weekend before's games on there. So that's the way to keep up. And Rugby League Week, the Rugby League magazine used to be sold in a food town in Kelston. Used to get it off family friends. So that's back in the day. So I've been entrenched in rugby league from the get-go. So when I used to talk about rugby league, like I used to like watching the All Blacks and stuff like that. Because because New Zealand and that's what it is. But it was always, my thing was always rugby league.
All right.
Like the Kiwis and stuff.
I was too. But my introduction was my cousin Norman. You met Norm?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Queensland. Now let's go watch it with him, right? But my introduction to rugby league was because they used to screen it late, like 10 or 11 at night.
Yeah,
Do you
it was
remember
back
that?
late in, like when it first came out, I think it
When
was
it started screening it.
Yeah, 1990. 89? 89. Or so they started showing it in New Zealand, but yeah.
Yeah.
They used to show
So my
it
mum
late.
used to let me stay up and watch it. And like, cause, I was the only sort of male influence in the home.
Yeah.
Being the oldest boy, and so I used to watch it. I remember when I was like 14, and I knew all the players and stuff. I was like you.
Yeah.
You know, like I was Broncos was my team.
Yeah.
And I used to love the Raiders because they were on top, and Penrith Panthers.
Yeah, the Penrith were top.
So I knew Greg Alexander,
Yeah.
you know, all those players, man. And I loved rugby league then too.
Yeah, bro. But rugby union, bro, because it's so popular, and obviously it was the number one sport then, bro. But you used to know all the players that growing up, and watching the World Cups, you know. But the biggest one was for me from the All Blacks perspective was the '95 World Cup.
Yeah, yeah.
And my nephew always tells me this when Jonah cleaned up, but it was the quarterfinal against England.
Yeah.
I was watching it live, and my nephew was asleep. I forgot how old he was at the time, but I was watching it. But when Jonah got the ball and he bumped off my cat, bro, I was screaming. Yeah, my nephew woke up. What's going on here?
Yeah.
You know, he always reminds me. He goes, bro, Uncle, I remember when we were watching the final. Your scream woke me up when Jonah scored the try.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, bro.
So who's your introduction to the rugby union?
Oh, I think just growing up watching it on TV.
Just watching on TV?
Yeah.
So my introduction was Jervis, Bengal.
Oh, yeah?
Bengal, like I used to always, because we were hanging out with our cousins.
Yeah.
And uncle and that, like they all used to watch it. My uncles and cousins, and like, you know, this was young, man. I was only like 8, 9. And every time we were there, we all watched the rugby together. And I was intrigued, man. I was like, this is good. You know what I mean? David Campese. This one, everyone knew the Wallabies, man. They were just awesome, man.
It's funny that I think we spoke about it before, but, you know, the Wallaby teams of the past, bro, we knew every one of them.
Every one of them, bro.
Everyone. Yeah.
Liner, we knew, that's when I started watching, Nick Farr-Jones. Michael Liner, you know, Campo on the wing there, Timmy Horan,
my cousin Willie
Jason Little. Yeah. And the Tongan number 8 that's always been part of their Wallaby history, man. Hey,
bro,
Willow Inkawe.
Oh, bro, yeah, the man. You know how he ended up a Wallaby, eh?
No.
He first came over to New Zealand from Tonga, and he was playing at Auckland Grammar.
Oh yeah.
And he got selected for New Zealand schools.
Yeah.
And they toured Australia.
Yeah.
But because he was on a Tongan passport, they wouldn't let him back into New Zealand.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So Australia picked him up. And that's how he ended up in Australia.
Yeah, so there we go.
He could have been playing for New Zealand, but no.
Yeah. Well, we had Zinzan Brook in that era, but yeah, Willio was a big, you know, he started the era of the big number 8s.
Yeah, man.
You know, then you had Istolomaka.
The real mobile number 8s too, that could move.
Big, strong, yeah.
And had skill as well.
That's, the 90s. Who was your favourites back then in the provincial rugby?
Oh, it had to be Auckland, obviously, because obviously born in Auckland.
But player-wise, who was the ones that stood out? You know, like the era then was like, was it Brett Gallagher, Terry Wright,
Yeah.
John Kerwins, the JKs, JK. I love JK.
JK was one. Michael Jones.
Yeah, Michael Jones was man. That was because he's Samoan, eh?
I don't know. We'll have to get that verified.
Yeah. It was just like, for the Samoan community,
Bro,
always carrying on about Michael Jones.
But, bro, he was a gun player, bro.
He was
man.
Elite status, man.
But he was big in the Samoan community. Hey, he was massive.
Yeah.
You know, but real proud of his Samoan heritage, even though he's Afakasi, but he was really proud.
Yeah.
Hey, proud of his heritage, man.
But we're more of the 90s era when we started understanding the game and stuff like that. So in the 90s, the standouts was like Andrew Mertz. You know, Andrew Mertz first came in and took over from Grant Fox. He actually changed the way that number 10 played.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Number 10 was like real positional, tactical play, kicking the corners, field position, and goal kicking, eh? And then Andrew Mertens just took it to another level, man. With the running play, with the passing play.
Yeah.
Man, and that guy could hoist the ball, eh?
Mate, I reckon he was underestimated as a 10, eh?
You reckon?
I reckon.
I rated him as one of the greats, man.
Yeah, I rate him, but I think a lot of people don't give him his props.
Like if you go Dan Carter and who would you put second behind Dan Carter?
Oh, Mertz.
Yeah, Mertz, really close with my cousin Carlos.
King Carlos has got the flair, but I'll definitely go DC, Mertz, and then Carlos.
Yeah. I'll put them close, but Mertz, bro, I used to love watching him play, man.
Yeah, I think Carlos got that flair. I think Mertz had that real. he had the flair, but he was real smart with it.
Controlled, structural,
Yeah.
strategic. I think that's where Carter just made it even greater. The structure, like Mertz turned it into like, he still did kicking to corners, the long kicks, clearance and stuff like that. But he brought the element of running and passing game. He had a pretty good pass on me.
Oh, bro.
And he
both
was
sides,
fucking,
both ways.
he was
both
quick,
ways.
eh?
Both ways. Oh,
He was quick, Mertz.
Super quick.
Yeah, man, I love Mertens, man. One of my greats.
Yeah. No, yeah, I think that sort of started to pave the way for the Crusaders too. And they're running into the Super Rugby.
Their dominant sort of era, eh?
I was talking about this with one of the boys at work, but how rubbish is Super Rugby now? Like, I don't even watch it, but like back in the day, like the actual Super 14 was probably the best it was ever, I reckon.
Yeah.
Like they had the Super 10, Super 12, but Super 14 was probably the peak of Super Rugby.
Yeah, because we used to watch both. We'd go league.
Yeah.
We used to hang out, have beers, and we'd just go, yeah, man, Super Rugby's on, you know? It's rubbish, man. It's monetized. You know, even the international, because we've sort of like folded back to watching just the international games now, you know?
Even they're a struggle to watch.
Bro, did you remember the World Cup? How do you go 10 plays back? And, you know, the whole thing was just riddled of like, the game just, man, it's in disrepute, man. It's shit.
Yeah, I think the whole, it's a lot of things though. Like rugby league is the better product for TV.
Yep.
Like a lot of people like watching rugby league.
Yeah.
I just wish that rugby just let the game play.
There we go. And this is where we touched earlier on, you know, the restart of the tackle count. Just ding, ding, let the game play, let it flow.
Yeah, let it flow.
Rugby's they've always had an issue of interpretation at the ruck.
Yeah.
That's where it broke down.
I think
People like
interpretation overall.
Yeah. Well, now it's just flowed out to everywhere. Where before it's sort of like it was based around the ruck area. Now it's just like it's not flowing as we want it to be. You know, back in those days, those highlight reels were just, man, the bash and the clearance of the ruck area. Everything's just broken down to interpretation. I mean, rugby leagues are starting to get like that. I think with this you know, hip drops and all that sort of shit. Like when you watch some of these tackles, like how are you supposed to bring a man down?
Well, see, and that's the thing too. Like it's getting lost where you got to understand the flow of the game. Like you know if someone's doing something deliberately.
Yeah.
They're just calling it black and white now.
Yeah, 100%.
Which is, and also on the back of injury, which is stupid because there's no intent.
Yep. And that's
to do something, you know.
That's what I'm saying. It's starting to go that way, and when you see these replays, you're like, "What's this guy supposed to do?"
Yeah,
you know, it's just the way he's fallen.
Yeah,
it's just dragged him down. Like you can't halfway through a tackle just let go. That's what's going to end up happening. Like, this is going to be a hit drop. I've got to let go.
And that's the thing too. Like you got to remember that it's a contact sport.
Yep.
Accidents are going to happen, 100%. And some things do happen. It's not deliberate.
Yep.
There's going to be that one off chance that someone goes in there and does something stupid.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But overall, there's no like deliberate harm or intent to harm other players or deliberately injure. And that's where it's getting lost, because as soon as someone goes to a hit drop tackle, okay, fine, you get off, and then you're off. But then there's injury as a result of it. Then next minute you're suspended. Like, bro.
And then it just changes the whole course of the game.
Exactly.
You know, because you know, like we're doing footy tipping, and now comes down to these stupid things.
Yeah.
Where it's not really about the competition.
No.
It comes down to stupid penalties and stuff like that. Now down to 12 players, and then that just affects the game.
Yeah, they're missing just letting the game flow, and just missing like the whole the way the game is played.
Yeah.
You know, they're just calling it like something like that bloody tackle a few weeks back, Mitchell Moses, that nearly, when he kicked that penalty.
Yeah.
But lucky West Tigers come back and they won the game. They got a penalty too. But Mitch Moses was falling. Omo was coming back, just tapped him on the head.
Yeah.
But because he made contact with the head, he got a penalty.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
He just pretty much just touched with his head, his hand, you know. It's like, you get it if it was a swinging arm or, you know, you weren't...
Just accidentally brushed his head.
Yeah, and then he gets done. It's,
See, this is where I say, like...
silly.
The impact is, like, it's monetized. I kind of feel like it's driven by, you know, bets and online bets and things like that. Like, man,
Well,
You've got to be careful because, like the NBA, NFL, there's some corruption in there, right?
100%.
And it comes down to being monetized and being you can gamble on these things. It's like,
Yeah. And that's probably another rabbit hole we'll probably go down as well, because the sports betting is massive in America too.
Yeah.
In the past, there's some referees that have taken part in point shaving of games.
Yeah.
And stuff there. So, you would like to think it doesn't happen in rugby or rugby league, but you never know. You never know, fam.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah. Well,
I think that's us, brother.
That's a good blast to the past, man.
It was good, man.
Let's finish up a bit light there, guys. Without that passionate fuck their government and stuff like that.
But in all seriousness, guys, it's we will look at bringing more of this sort of like content on a more consistent and weekly basis, because it's just more so an education piece for you, so you know where you are, whether you're paying tax, whether you're a homeowner, or a renter, whatever it may be, but you are contributing in some way to society, but you want to know where this flipping money goes, because they're quick to take our money but slow to give it back to us, man.
100%. And if you got any comments and you want to share, we look at all different perspectives. Everyone's got a different angle. Comment, man. Comment below. Let us know what you think.
100%.
Where you're sitting with it. Even with the podcast, if you got some sort of feedback, man, we're happy to take that on.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. So that's right. Done.
Shot
Done, dusted.
And a wave to the king.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Thanks for listening in. Love you guys.
Laters.